And we're rolling.
I was gonna say, just like the werewolf photo.
Yes, exactly.
Was he flicking me off with that picture?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Look.
Oh my god!
Look.
I didn't notice.
Look at that werewolf. Pull it up right now and look at it.
Yeah, while I pull that up, you can hit the music. All right, everyone. Welcome to another episode of In Our Honest Opinion. I am Will, and joining me as usual is
Will.
Bro. Like he is hardcore flicking me off. Anyways, you're not Will. I'm Will. Who are you?
I thought I was your tethered.
Oh, that'd have been good.
I'm Marvin.
And
Adam.
there they are.
Who's my tethered?
That'd be an interesting twist to the story if the boy was connected to, what was her name?
Adelaide.
I was all like, Adeline. Oh my gosh.
Madeline, the little French girl.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, guys, welcome to another great episode of In Honest Opinion. This one's going to be a little different. We don't have a list of topics to run down here with you. We just wanted to talk to you guys about like our favorite shows. This one's going to be a little bit
Celebrating television.
Yeah, exactly.
And short form media.
Short form media. I like that sounds.
I mean, the problem with this is, though, you say about favorite shows.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes across a whole bunch of different types of show. You have sitcoms, you have dramas.
And that's fine. We're going to jump into all of the fun stuff. But first, I just want to let Marvin tell the people where to find us. Or what to do. That's what.
First off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
First off.
I'm going to eat this.
Go for it.
Oh.
You don't want to know what it is, fans. Or maybe you do.
I'm just going to bite the tip, and then I'll eat the rest later.
The tip. Go ahead and give us a 5-star rating and written text review. And that's going to allow us to go. And what is that going to allow us to do, Adam? Get those what?
Get and give more digital hugs.
Exactly.
If you give us one, we will give you a digital hug back.
Exactly. And don't forget to tell 2 friends and have them tell 2 friends.
Mm-hmm.
And always remember, you either win the Game of Thrones or you die.
I was going to say, it's dark. Wait, it's dark and
It's full of terrors?
yeah, it's full of terrors.
The night is dark.
The night is dark
full of
and
terrors.
full of terrors.
It is.
Not if Melisandre's out there not wearing anything. I'll go out there.
But then you see her true form.
Sandra!
and then you just realize you're more turned on. And you don't know what's happening.
Oh, she's seasoned. Anyways, hey guys, remember you can always find us at inouronestopinion.com.
She's
the wonderful website
seasoned.
that has a bunch of wonderful stuff. So
Seasoned, but she's kind of leathery.
Is it the season of the witch?
Is that movie that I never finished watching? No.
It's a movie. It's a song. It's a Nick Cage movie.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I found a picture of Nick Cage that I was going to Photoshop Adam's face onto.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah. I saved it just for it.
And you're going to work. Oh, nice.
man.
Yes,
Yeah.
do it.
What?
That's his son.
Yeah, but he's in like a
He's channeling
Riddler
his
gear.
Willy Wonka.
His son's Kal-El, right? Or is it Jorah?
I think it's Kal-El.
God,
Kal-El.
he looks like the Riddler. Like if only that outfit was green.
Yeah.
Nick Cage's son? What?
He did name his son after Superman. Yes.
He did, right? It was
Yeah.
Kal?
Yeah. Cal. Penn.
Yeah, Cal Penn.
Yeah.
His son's Cal Penn.
Yeah.
Anyways,
He hit it from the world like Schwarzenegger did.
Since we So since we are talking, since you did mention Game of Thrones, so I just today's topic again. We want to go over like some of our favorite shows, whether that is a sitcom or horror or whatever, Netflix, old school television, ABC, NBC, and all that other crap. But I will start off with, hands down, my favorite show across everything is Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is the only series that has that I have been animated while watching, like yelling at the TV
You were like
or
hand-drawn
shocked.
or
yeah,
CG?
a little bit cell shaded.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know, a little bit of that hand drawn in there with a little new school. That's it.
Looking very Borderlands.
Yeah, thank you. I was thinking more cell damage on the Dreamcast,
Oh,
but
gotcha.
okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You
you're
just
welcome.
dated us.
Never played it.
You poor fool.
I-
And they revamped it, and I think they released it on the 360.
On the Switch.
Was it on? Is it on the Switch?
It is on the Switch.
Is it?
I believe so.
I'm
Interesting.
probably gonna buy that then.
But go on.
Anyway, so yeah. So you're gonna have to remind me about cell damage,
Yeah.
or I'll probably remember it when I watch this or listen to this episode.
You're gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Hey, I watched the counter.
watch
Anyways,
it? Okay.
but Game of Thrones has been very entertaining. And it was surprising to me because when I first jumped into Game of Thrones, is it on there?
I'm pulling it up now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I
Cell
started
Damage
watching
HD
it-
review. Switch eShop.
2 seasons were already out.
$48.99.
No,
Yeah.
if it's
No,
$20,
not.
I'll
it's,
buy it.
It's not. I'm pretty sure it's like 20.
Yeah.
20.
Like $20, I'll buy it.
Yeah, no, right.
And that'll bring back some memories for sure.
But you wouldn't pay $48.99.
No,
for
I
it?
wouldn't pay $48.99 for it. Anyways, but so by the time I jumped into Game of Thrones, 2 seasons were already out, so I was able to binge it. And luckily, I thought season 1 was strong,
I did not.
all on its own.
I felt getting through season 1 initially felt like it was painful until we got to the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, spoilers all over this. So
Oh yeah, there's gonna be tons of spoilers.
yeah. So yeah, if
But
you
once
haven't
good
heard any of this,
old-
oh well.
Eddard,
Yeah, Ned got his head cut off.
he lost his head, man.
Am I?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm gonna say you're
Anyways.
very, very loud right now.
My bio says that.
Yeah. He was animated as he was watching Game of Thrones. So
Is
it's just
that
coming
better?
through.
I don't know. It just seems to be loud because it's like spiking in my ears.
He's
Yeah.
he's right next to
Anyways, keep going. But so you're saying that once Ned got killed,
Well, once it got
kilted it.
it kind of started to hook me once that happened. I was
Yeah.
like, holy crap.
I was
Sean Bean.
shocked. I mean, like
Mr. Bean.
I was surprised that they killed him because I thought the story
He
was
was
about him.
all over promotional work.
Yeah. So I thought this show was like this guy's stuff, and so, but you'll never believe. Yes, it got quiet. You'll never believe what actually got me interested in watching it. But go ahead.
Knowing about dragons.
Pornography.
No,
No.
it was
Khal Drogo?
Oh my gosh, I forgot his name now.
Also pornography.
No, but yes,
Jamie Lannister.
there was somebody was making fun of it.
Cal Penn.
What's the star of the OG?
What?
Of the OC.
The OG.
The OG.
What is that?
That's a show. Hold on a second.
So you're talking about Jeffrey Wright, the guy from Westworld?
No. Oh my gosh, it's not Jeffrey Wright. It's what the heck? He's a comedian. He had a stroke like 2 years ago. The last OG is what I'm thinking
You're
of.
talking about Tracy Morgan?
Tracy Morgan.
Oh,
Tracy
So-
Morgan got you into Game of Thrones,
Yes.
which is amazing.
Exactly, like totally unexpected, right? So here's what happened. There was an awards show or something, and then Tracy Morgan was making fun of like the first episode, and so they were like, buy the DVD copy of Tracy Morgan narrating over the Game of Thrones or whatever. And so they showed like the first couple minutes of it, and Tracy Morgan starts off right away with like, yo man, like a couple minutes in, this dude gets his head cut off, and it's crazy. And I remember like laughing because it was like, oh, that sounds ridiculous. And sure enough, he's talking about the scene where one of the guys the guy runs away from the wall or whatever,
yeah.
Yep.
and
In
gets
the
beheaded
snow
by
in the
Ned.
north,
Yep.
yeah.
And so
He's got to pay the iron price.
yep. And so I laughed at that whole like skit, but then I decided, oh, all right, well, let me watch this show because supposedly it's good. And sure enough, I mean, I've been hooked ever since.
Yeah.
So with what you said that the first season was strong, and then Marvin said that he thought it was slow.
Yeah,
In the beginning, yeah.
When I first watched it,
yeah,
I didn't think it was slow. It was enough to keep me interested and
Yeah.
keep me going. But when I rewatched it,
I can agree.
I was there like, you know what? The first season is kind of slow.
kind of drags.
And it really reminds me of Dune. Like the second time around, it reminds me of the story of Dune.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
yeah.
I can and I can agree with that because I've watched that whole series. I'm gonna say 4, maybe 5 times now, right? And yes, like when you go back and watch the first season, you're kind of like, man, there's a lot of setup here. And there's a lot of characters that they introduce. But when I first watched it, like I was engaged. I was all like, oh, okay, well, this person's important. And what I've enjoyed whenever I watch the season over and over, I've watched it with different people sometimes, and it's interesting watching like who they latch onto is who they think is important to the story down the road.
Yeah,
and you're like, nope. Got killed.
Yeah.
Not important.
That's actually one of the things I think that is best about the show, but one of the things that I don't like is that the show is so ballsy, man. It's like, oh, you like this person? Oh,
too bad.
Yep.
Dead.
Yep.
So it's surprising because like I really like House Stark. There's not a lot of House Stark left.
No.
And like one of them, Sansa, like I really hate her.
I hated her at the beginning.
I still
she's all right now.
I still can't stand her.
Yeah.
Wait till she gets her Phoenix powers.
Yeah.
Dude, like I'm like seriously, like
I like her then.
okay, so Will, you know how you said Jamie is unforgivable?
Unforgivable, yeah.
She's unforgivable to me because she's pretty much responsible for her entire family almost dying.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Because she loved Joffrey.
Ugh. And she was a stupid kid.
She really was a kid, like back then.
Yeah.
Right, but still, she's still stupid to me.
I saw an Instagram post where they were like, before the show like had started, like aired, George R.R. Martin was signing, books somewhere, and had this cast of people, that were going to play characters from a book that he had written. And nobody knew who they were.
They look so young.
Yeah, and they did. They looked like babies. I mean, all of them. Rob was there.
Well, you think this is almost 10 years now later.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, there's a big difference.
I
learned that Theon Greyjoy, his sister is a musician.
Yeah, you didn't know
released
that?
a diss track about him.
Alfie, yeah.
Like, that's hilarious. A diss track on him before he had a
talking about how he
job.
used to like masturbate and everything.
Like he was just nothing.
Yeah. Lily Allen is the sister. I love her music. Like I actually listened to Lily Allen. Yeah,
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, and so I found that out when after I'd watched the first 2 seasons. Like I was like, I saw the credits, and then like the name hit me, and I was like, Alfie Allen. I wonder if he's related to like Lily Allen. And sure enough, her little brother.
You didn't think Woody Allen? You didn't think anything else?
No.
She's the first person you ran to?
Yeah. They're from the
Improbable.
UK,
Improbable.
Nice.
I doubt it.
Yeah. No, unfortunately.
Man, it's a good thing.
And for some odd reason, I find Lily Allen very attractive. She's...
You feel the same way for Alfie Allen?
Yeah, I'm not.
He's
not
a eunuch
the same
now.
at all.
So,
thank God he doesn't look like that.
So, Will, are you attracted to Woody Allen?
No.
Okay.
Well, if you were his Asian
stepdaughter,
yeah, to say,
watch out.
Then maybe,
yeah.
But anyways, but yeah. So I mean, season after season, I've enjoyed it.
Guy's a pervert.
It's definitely it's been an exciting ride. But that's one of mine so far. You guys?
I mean, it's one of my favorite shows. It's not my absolute favorite show of all time.
No, that's what I'm asking. What's your favorite show?
The problem with it is I have a whole bunch.
Mr. Wizard?
I've got one that I know it's got to make your list, and if it doesn't, I'd be surprised. But go ahead.
I mean, yeah, you're thinking Twin Peaks, but
I wasn't actually.
No, I was
you're
not.
thinking Twilight Zone then?
Nope.
I wasn't thinking that either.
All
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Possibly.
All right,
let's
guys.
say it at the same time.
Guys,
or?
okay, Noah, hold up. Here it is. Dr. Ken.
Medicine Woman? It's pronounced Quinn. It's pronounced
Nobody
Quinn.
remembers
Quinn?
Dr. Ken?
Yeah, Ken Jeong's show. Yeah, I know it.
Like, seriously.
and we know that's definitely not it.
Yeah.
I accidentally saw an episode of that, and it sucked.
So you want to say it on the count of 3?
Yeah.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ash versus Evil Dead.
All right, so we're on the same page. All right.
It's going to shock you. Is it one of my, essentials?
Yeah.
Probably not.
It's not, really.
No.
I am surprised.
Dave the Gnome?
I thought it was going to be.
Dave the Gnome was a good show.
It was. With as much hate as the cancellation
All the
received.
vitriol.
Yeah, I thought that was nice.
No.
Toilet paper of the day?
I know,
It's
right?
it's not one of those shows that I could watch and get a new experience from.
Gotcha.
So if I watch Twin Peaks, maybe it's something I would pick up on that I didn't pick up on before.
Before? Okay.
So yeah, that's one that would make my top shows.
All right.
Tales from the Crypt and Twilight Zone, which are kind of cheating, I guess, because they're anthologies.
Yeah.
But I can watch those pretty much endlessly. Those shows.
And I can appreciate whenever like you go back and watch a show. That was one of those things that I enjoyed about going back to like Game of Thrones. Is that each time I'd watch through it, I'd be like, oh, that's going to be something later, a route, or something that somebody said that kind of threw something out of whack, and it's all like, oh, that caused that domino effect.
I mean, if we're gonna go
like
now. I mean, like if we're gonna go,
bastard.
If we're gonna go like now, I mean, Fargo might be one of my favorite shows.
The old one or the
movie or the?
Oh
well,
yeah,
no,
my
it
bad.
was a movie.
It was a movie. My bad. So the series, yeah.
It would be the series, but surprisingly enough, that series is good enough that again, you watch like the first 3 seasons, you can go back and watch it and see the little Easter eggs throughout that led up to certain things and
Kirsten
stuff,
Dunst.
and it's very good. She was actually extremely good in the show.
She was extremely good in Spider-Man. I'm just saying. She wasn't.
She was all right. I mean,
all right is not extremely good.
I mean, we'll disagree on that. I mean, that's a whole other conversation.
It is. You're right.
I mean,
Jumanji was better.
I enjoyed the Raimi trilogy. So
I did enjoy the duology.
Trilogy.
But anyways, but yeah, I'm surprised. Twin Peaks I knew was like on your list. That's one of those that I've got to watch.
But see, I don't think you'll like it because the characters are too quirky.
I was about to say Hispanic.
Like,
just kidding.
You know what? There's actually none on that show.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
It was the late 80s, early 90s.
I'm pretty sure there's no black people either. So
Again,
Great.
They're all in the heat of the night.
I'm gonna connect. No, but all jokes aside, it's one of those things that I have to watch. So I didn't go to work the other day. I had some stuff I had to take care of.
Yeah,
and I was running Avatar in the background.
Last Airbender?
The book one.
Yeah.
And so I had that going while I was doing stuff. So it was like, okay, like I don't know. It's one of those, just like Avatar, where it's one of those things that even if it's not entirely like for me, I want to watch it to understand what's so big about it.
And the thing is, like, book one is more childlike.
Yeah.
Once it progresses past that, then it's like the stakes start getting real.
Gotcha.
And sorry, but the first time that Will said Avatar, I was thinking the movie. I'm like, why in the world would you put that on?
Just put on Ferngully, man.
Ferngully was a good movie.
Exactly. That's why they made a sequel called Avatar.
Avagully. But yeah, so I don't know. I've got to watch it. I'm sure it'll be interesting to see.
I mean, give it a watch. I mean, it's a good show.
I almost started it up the other day on Netflix.
Did you?
Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and Fargo.
I put it on my list. I added it. I was like, I'm not mentally ready for this right now.
That's exactly right. I find myself doing that quite a bit. Whereas I'm like, like I want to give it, the proper attention.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's weird, man.
Yeah.
I like weird.
Show.
I like weird.
And
ask the live studio audience some of the shows I've been watching. She'll attest to it.
Yeah. Live studio audience?
Yeah.
Weird.
Same.
Yeah, there it is.
Which weird shows have you been watching? Because
I've been into a lot of strange comedy lately.
I like how that's turned into like a thing.
Anyways. Oh yeah, that's our bit. Like this is on my list for one of my favorite shows. It's not my the favorite.
I was about to say of all time.
But I just fell in love with the show Letterkenny. It's a Canadian show.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, check out that is.
And it's on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
And
you've been going through. These streaming services have a lot of original programming or whatever that they're like. It's getting to the point where you can't keep track of it anymore.
Oh no!
But there's so much that I don't care to watch though, as far as their original programming. Yeah. It's like it's great.
I'm giving more and more of it a shot after because I think it was a cold opening for season 2.
Yeah.
Where they were playing a game and he was going through the alphabet.
Yeah.
And he was saying a bunch of different things, telling a recap of what happened.
Yeah.
By going through the alphabet.
Okay.
And I just like the wordplay.
Yeah.
And the way the scripting is everything, there's a lot of slang, there's a lot of nuances, and it's...
I like British humor. I think it could be kind of funny.
And they're very Canadian, and it's funny because there are a bunch of hicks in Canada.
Yeah.
And it's just
It's Canadian Kennedy? Is it?
Letterkenny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Letterkenny, and it's to me, I thought the show was hilarious. I burned through it in maybe a week.
How many seasons? Just
There's
one?
7.
Holy crap!
6 or 7. Each season only like 6 episodes.
All right.
Oh, okay. I was about to say
They're
you went
short.
through all of it.
Yeah.
Like, did you go to work?
It's short.
So looking at this,
Yeah.
they're like Canadian rednecks.
Yeah.
It remind you of what's that comedic horror film with Alan Tudyk?
Which I didn't see.
I enjoyed that movie. That movie was funny.
Rogue
What was the
One?
name of that one? No,
Tucker and Dale versus
Tucker and Dale
Evil.
versus yeah. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. But that's on my list that I really love just
Yeah.
because it's pretty funny to me.
All right, but one of your top of all time. What do you?
I had a really hard time with this question.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it earlier. I was like, what can I always go back to?
And with Adam here, like I was able to kind of put some together in my head, right? I couldn't pin something down for you,
Yeah.
so I'm very interested.
Yeah, because there's a couple shows on my list that I could always watch.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec, obviously one of them.
Yeah.
Knight Rider, another one of them.
Knight Rider was awesome.
I can always go back and watch Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
Twilight Zone, I can always go back and watch that. But I think
Leap's awesome.
one, it came to me as I was just sitting there. I was like, wait a second, how did I miss this? It's one that you never would have guessed.
Dude,
'cause
we're in suspense.
I
right now.
hope it's
like,
Punky
we're-
Brewster or
this
something
is part
porn-like.
of the build-up.
Yeah.
This
Gotcha.
is what I do to catch people.
Okay, go, continue.
it's-
Shut up.
Yeah, I know,
brother.
but it's gonna be fantastic if he never actually says
I
it.
know,
and
right?
you just
And then we
keep
go to the
building
next
it up.
topic. It's like when you're waiting for the beat to drop on a song and it just never
And
does.
it never does. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like, this was missing something.
But it's actually on Netflix.
Okay.
Now all of it's on Netflix, but
Oh.
it's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Really?
Yes.
Full Metal and we not too long ago we actually I think spoke about it
Yeah.
again. But okay.
Yeah.
That is
It's what 51 episodes
Yeah.
or so. Extremely well written story, self-contained.
This is the one where his brother he puts his brother in the suit.
Well,
in the-
their mom dies. It's like an alternate universe where instead of science, people start following alchemy.
Okay.
His mom dies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, their mom dies, and they want to bring her back because their father left them.
Yeah, I got a scratch on it.
I don't
Yeah.
have screen protector.
Yeah, I was trying to determine if it was a smudge.
Nope.
Nope, it's a scratch.
It's a scratch. A hairline scratch.
Yep, it's tough.
But
man.
Yep. Anyways, go ahead. I need to put a matte screen protector. It would hide it like nothing. Anyways,
so
continue. Sorry.
they try to do the forbidden art essentially because
Okay.
it's like you can buy the items needed that compose the human body
Yeah.
on like a kid's lunch money,
Yeah.
but the thing you can't account for is the human soul.
True.
So they try to bring her back. It's a forbidden art, and his like what they sacrifice. His brother loses his entire body.
Yeah.
And he loses a leg. So at the last second, he makes a pact to do it again to bring back his brother. All he can get back is his soul, so he sacrifices his arm, brings back his brother's soul, and he has to bond it to a suit of armor.
Yep.
So they end up joining the military to try to get something called the Philosopher's Stone, which is
A
actually
Harry Potter thing.
well, it is
For,
it also used- it's-
for those British listeners,
Yeah, for
European
British listeners.
listeners.
Yeah, the Philosopher's Stone, because it's supposed to be something to allow them to transmute without having to pay the cost. And you kind of go through the story about when they do that and how they try to go about it and the ins and outs. And it kind of humanizes some of the characters because that's another one, like Game of Thrones, people will die.
Yeah.
And you won't expect
And
it.
didn't
And you'll
expect
be... Because there's one death in particular that affects everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't,
you know
I was
it's
about
gonna
to say,
happen.
That one don't ruin for me because I'd like
And-
to take a peek at that.
Because the original series, original Full Metal Alchemist, the same character died.
Yeah.
And you know what's going to happen in this one, but you're just like, please don't let it happen.
Yeah,
Please don't let it happen.
and
And it
still-
happens like, still gut wrenching.
That's funny. That was kind of the surprise for me too when I watched Attack on Titan,
Oh yeah,
where you didn't expect that like the
I didn't know
kid.
you watched Attack on
Yeah.
Titan.
Surprise, fool! Where you find out that what's his name like ends up dying like early on. I was like, oh, I thought this show was all about him. And then the girl, what's her name? Whatever, you know who I'm talking
Yeah, I know
about.
who
But then
you're
she
talking
comes in and she starts slicing
Oh,
and
yeah.
dicing everything. I was like, oh,
Wow, why can I not remember her name?
yeah. I wanted to say Tetsuo, but that's Akira.
Yeah.
which honestly I cannot get into Akira.
Really? Yeah, no, I enjoyed it.
I mean it's pretty.
Yeah.
Like I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
But I cannot get into
Well,
it.
it's they try to condense way too much, so you don't really see. Mikasa was her name.
Mikasa.
Yeah, but
Named
still, it's
after,
one
like,
of those
the-
things, man.
My house.
I was thinking the crystalware.
Oh,
But believe it or not, Akira, I actually bought that on Blu-ray. Like, and I'm there, like, all right, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna get into anime, and I just
it didn't
can't.
happen. Yeah.
Not the best one to start with.
Yeah.
No, but I'm there, like, this is like one of the most popular ones, and everybody raves about it all the time, and I can get into it.
The time and everything that it came out, I was still in the Dark Ages. But I mean, it was
still,
animated in
back in
24
the
frames
day.
per second.
Yeah.
That's impressive in its own right.
It was good. Another series that that I can go back to and always watch,
Yeah.
which I've been doing for years now, is Friends. That's one of those shows that it doesn't matter what season.
Was that must see TV?
Is
that
that
the
on
NBC?
NBC? Yeah, I think so. Right?
Yeah.
It did. It was one of those things that I wasn't into when I was younger.
Yeah.
Not anything I had any interest in. I remember my mom used to watch it a lot. And then who got it? Was it Netflix that finally threw it on a couple years ago?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, let's see what mom was talking about. And I watched every season. I binged it all, and it was funny. There were parts where I got invested in the characters, and ever since then it's been kind of a staple.
I'm actually gonna say that Joey was the better show.
You're a damn liar.
Awful.
I'm just saying because everybody forgets about that.
When did you bring that with you, by the way? The troll.
The troll.
Anyways, I'm messing with you.
There's no troll here.
Joey was terrible. I tried to watch that, and I was like, oh, no.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, no. He did, Matt LeBlanc did much better on that show, Episodes, I think. Is that on Showtime or on Stars? Yeah. I think that you can watch on Netflix. That one's kind of funny.
He actually did better in the movie Ed.
No, I think he did better in Lost in Space.
No, the movie Ed. Do
That's
you
not
know
good
what
movie.
Ed is?
The black and white film?
No. It's a movie about the baseball playing orangutan.
I do remember that.
Maybe it was like a chimpanzee. I don't know.
I didn't think the name of that was Ed, though, was it?
I'm
Either
pretty
way,
sure.
terrible.
No, because the cover or whatever is him, they're giving
Holding,
each other a high five or something.
There it is. Ugh.
Look
Yeah,
at that.
It's a. No, I'm good.
It's a chimp. It's not orangutan.
Budget 24 mil, made 4.4.
Well, people should have went out to see it, so we got that sequel,
Yeah, I'm good.
Ed 2,
Oh man,
where he comes down with Lou Gehrig's disease and gives that speech.
what's the name of the movie? This kid that throws the ball.
Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year.
Oh yeah.
That's what Shazam reminds me of. By the way.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep. It's
Not
the-
Angels in the Outfield.
No, not that.
I'm gonna say Angels in the Outfield is superior to Rookie of the Year.
But it was Rookie of the Year is a story about this kid who
I
gets this
disagree.
unbelievable
Yeah,
thing, you know what I mean, and gets put
Movie sucks.
gets put all in the limelight. And so that's ultimately what Shazam feels like when you watch it. You're like, oh, okay, this kid gets this great thing and ends up all in the limelight. Oh, I had to keep it going.
I was gonna say people need to crank their speakers for the
to hear the little back and
for
forth
the whisper.
between. Yeah. We're
The careless whispers.
Nice. There were two conversations going on there.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Idaho. That's what we do. Anyways, but Friends is another one that I thoroughly enjoy going back to. You were saying Parks and Rec is one that
heck yeah.
minus season 1.
Season 1, yeah,
rough.
everyone is a little bit different in season 1. You could tell
Yeah.
that their writing was very different. They decided to switch characters over in season 2
Yeah.
because, initially,
The Office did that same thing.
Ron was he was into sports and stuff, and he wasn't the manly man that he was later on.
Mm-hmm.
I think once they hit season 2, especially when Ben Wyatt and Chris Traeger show up,
Yeah.
that's when it really takes off.
Okay.
And they get rid of that one guy.
Chris Pratt
No,
has killed him off.
if only.
Trying to remember that.
Actually, no, I should like Chris Pratt's character in it. I'm glad they didn't kill him off. Or did they?
So there was a show.
Bum, bum, bum.
I can't rember the name of it.
But yeah, Parks and Rec, I just kind of throw on whenever anything's happening. It's like, time to watch Parks and Rec. I think I've been through it like 5 times.
Yeah.
It's funny you do that with Parks and Rec because I consider that and The Office to be the same thing.
Yeah.
I know they're not.
I enjoy Parks and Rec more.
Yeah.
I know, but I know people do that with The Office.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Like I even saw a shirt about it.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know, Hot Topic or something like that. It said about.
Not surprised.
It said something about watching The Office in the background or something like that.
So, and I cycle through them. So whenever I have nothing to do, like nothing that I want to actually watch, and I want something playing in the background, I put on Friends, and then whenever that season or whenever that series ends, I switch to The Office, and I go back and forth. And I've been doing that for maybe 2 years now since they put The Office on Hulu. No, Netflix.
Netflix. Yeah.
Netflix. So
Wow.
I mean, they're entertaining shows. You know what I mean? You'll catch a funny line. Occasionally, I will end up like seeing a joke that I missed or I just don't remember. Yeah. And it's all like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's why this show's funny. Mm-hmm. And I kind of go from there. But anyways, you, besides, what is it that, what was I going to ask you? It was
everything.
Twilight Zone has had a couple iterations now, right? We're on our third.
Uh-huh. No, actually the 4th, because you had the original, the one from the 80s, the 2000s, and now this.
Did you get him? Yep. You pulled an Obama? That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
For anyone who doesn't catch that reference, that's when Obama was doing that TV interview and the fly kept messing around and nobody thought he was going to get it. Smacked it.
Obama had none of that.
That's right.
Screw that fly.
Obama bin Laden. I mean, Barack Obama.
That's for social media.
Yeah, I was about to say that one random post. They'd be like, I remember that.
Yeah, but people, if they don't actually listen to this, they're going to wonder why in the world we're going to post
That's
that.
why they didn't have to listen to it.
Exactly.
It's like, why is that in here?
They'll end up getting it one day.
Someday. But anyway, what was the question?
So about the Twilight Zone, if you could mix and match the stories told with the hosts, would you swap any of them around?
Stories told with the hosts. You mean updating or what?
Or would you have like Rod Serling with the comedian episode or something like that? If you could make the perfect Twilight Zone, what would you do?
I would say Rod Serling is the perfect host.
Yeah.
Bedroom floor.
He was actually the perfect host in my opinion. And I don't even know what you're doing.
It's dual conversations, man. We got another one going on here. Keep it going.
I don't even know what you're doing.
Somewhere smoking rocks now and then out of lockdown. I ain't gonna
smoking rocks? What in the world are you talking about?
Rod Serling.
What?
You know,
for
just
you.
here for
just
just
a good time. Life.
Exactly.
I'm way out of this loop.
It's all right.
It happens.
Keep going.
Rod Serling, perfect host.
He was the perfect host as far as the deadpan, and also the stuff that he had to say was very
awesome.
No, I would say that he's kind of a philosopher. In a way, with the way he would speak.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And I think Jordan Peele is as good as that, but I still prefer the original host.
Okay.
So, what's your favorite episode? Which is your favorite Twilight Zone story?
It's tough, but one that I enjoy is the episode "Come Wander with Me." That's an episode in season 5, which a lot of people don't care for that season.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of that because it's a rockabilly guy. Mm-hmm. He goes to a town and he wants to hear a folk song. He wants to get back to doing like folky music and stuff. So think of him as kind of like an Elvis kind of figure, but he wants to kind of get back to his roots.
Excuse me.
Gotcha.
So he wants a genuine folk song. So he goes back to a town, meets up with a girl. He hears her singing, and he becomes obsessed with that song. He doesn't realize that the song is about him. And so I kind of like the fact because the entire time that everything is playing out, she's playing this song and is telling everything that happened. Like he winds up killing a guy in the episode. And she's like, she's singing about how he killed this guy, and
you killed a man today.
Your name
kind of
is
it kind of
Adam
is something
underscore
like that,
analyze.
and it's cool because he tells her to stop singing because he thinks that she's the one that's causing it
all to happen.
And then you find out too in the episode that she appears to be somebody from the future, almost like she's revisiting a time loop, almost like it's always happening.
Red ones are delicious.
And I don't know, it
Red
was
time
one of
loops.
those. It was one of those things that that episode has always stuck with me. I do like all the other famous Twilight Zone episodes. This one always stuck.
It was one of those that every time it came on, you just had to watch it, right?
Like that, and the fact that the idea behind it, like what if things that happen in history or whatever would be songs or something like that, and it retells, and the time loop aspect. It's really fascinating to me.
Cool.
So
it sounds good. That stuff can always be fun and trippy. What was I going to say? I wanted to ask you actually, Marvin. Your favorite? Do you have a favorite episode?
Twilight Zone?
No. Of
Full Metal.
Full Metal. Thank you. All I had was Alchemist in my head, and I'm like, what's everything that comes before that?
There are a lot, actually. I don't know if I can actually pinpoint a single episode.
Just put that pink in your mouth.
Because there are various bits and pieces from a lot of different ones where it's just like, holy crap, this is just, it's pretty intense.
Is it?
It's pretty intense. And I guess
how about any moments that, and either one of you can answer on this, right?
Yeah.
Have any of these episodes ever made you emotional?
Yes.
Felt bad, sad, even to the point of tears?
Yeah. To me, there's like, and the thing is, I don't want to spoil it.
Gotcha.
Because there's this part at the very end. Mm-hmm. Well, it's like, holy crap, that's a pretty serious thing that just happened. Yeah. I understand why this character did this particular thing, but that's pretty deep.
Yep.
That's pretty deep.
Cool.
Yeah.
How about you? Anything?
I've never been moved to the point of tears by any TV show.
Yeah.
That I can recall. However, I did when I finally got a hold of Twin Peaks season 2 about 10 years ago when they finally put it out on DVD. After when I started approaching towards the end of the series, I started feeling sad and kind of like a sense of dread in a way because
ending.
Because I felt like even though it wasn't a real thing, like I felt like it was a real thing. And so it's like, all right, well, that's going to be it.
Yeah.
And this was well before they announced a season 3 or anything like that. And I'm just like, well, that's going to be all I get with these characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of emotional in a
way. I can respect that. There's a show that I don't think you guys have seen. It's called Newsroom. It was on HBO.
I heard of it.
Newsroom was one that I really enjoyed the stories being told because it was like a fake, news channel or whatever, but covering real life events that had happened in real life. And so it was interesting seeing like all those pieces kind of come together. And the first 2 seasons, especially, had much stronger writing than the third. But it was so great to watch those characters kind of go on this journey together. And then by the end of it, when they announced that the 3rd season was going to be the final season, I was sad. I was like, this is like a really great show, and I don't want it to end. I want to continue going on these their journey with these characters, and I don't get that anymore.
Right, and that's the thing. I'm gonna say that another show where the characters affected me, Californication.
Really?
I enjoyed the characters on that show.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of those where it feels real enough with the dialogue and stuff, even though I know this stuff wouldn't happen most likely.
Yeah.
But again, when the show actually ended, I was there like, oh well, this is it, and I'm currently rewatching it now with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And it's coming up. Like we're halfway through season 6. It's coming up to season 7, and that's going to be it.
That's
again.
it.
Yeah. And this is another Duchovny show, The X-Files. It sucks that that's pretty much done.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah. It's a shame.
I think one of them that totally has gotten to each one of us, Leftovers.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leftovers was one that was like...
That really affected me.
Especially, for me, season 2. Season 2, like season 1 was amazing. Like I totally enjoyed it. Season 2 got like a little weird at the beginning, but then as you kind of dove a little deeper into what was going on, it was all like, man, that's crazy.
You know what?
And I felt like each episode got better.
You were saying about the it didn't move me to tears, but that part where he's singing to get home in season 2.
Oh yeah.
Like that got to me, like where it's cutting through like the different things that happen that go with the song.
Yep.
That gets me a little bit.
Yeah.
It was and then season 3 I thought was just like season 2 I thought was beautifully done. And I don't think I can say that about as much as I like love Game of Thrones. There's not often times where you look like I can watch a show and be all like, wow, that was beautiful. It was beautiful in the way it was shot, in the way the story was told and acted. And there were so many episodes I thought of Leftovers that were so beautifully put together. And I know we all had that nerd out moment in season 3 where they started doing the Perfect Strangers intro.
Yes.
I think like immediately like started sending it like, oh my God, like this is amazing.
I'm gonna tell you too, like I absolutely love that scene.
Yeah.
I love that scene with
what's his name that not Balky?
Larry.
Yeah, Larry. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of his name and I can't right now. It'll probably come to me
Peter
later.
Mayhew.
Is that really his name? No.
That's the guy in the Chewbacca outfit.
Oh,
And
wow.
so if anybody's wondering, that was my poor Chewbacca
That was
impression.
perfect.
It was perfect.
Strangers.
Oh no.
But no, I really love that scene where he's saying about that everybody on the show was taken.
Yeah.
Like Bronson
Mark
Pinch
Lynn
show.
Baker.
Mark
Yeah, there it
Lynn
is.
Baker. That he was saying about everybody was taken, but him, and he felt like his life had no purpose. And
Yeah.
It was a really good show.
Yeah, it really was.
I would say that's one of my favorite TV shows of all time as well.
Leftovers or
Yeah.
I think that one.
Leftovers. I'm gonna throw X-Files in there. Like, honestly, you guys were saying about shows that you could leave on in the background.
Yeah.
I've done that with the X-Files actually.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I could do that
be
for X-Files just
show.
because I feel I need to actually pay attention to what's happening.
What's going on?
Not if you get a lot of Monster of the Week episodes.
Yeah.
You were gonna say something.
No, I was just talking about Leftovers and like because it was a weird time and it had me just kind of thinking about if like people I cared about were to just disappear. I was like, it really had me all up in my head. It was really, really weird.
Yeah.
But not a lot of shows can kind of make me think like that.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely did.
Yeah,
Like, what would I do?
It was surprising, right? And then like I was a huge fan of Lost way back in the day.
Right.
Wish I could get through.
And isn't that Lindelof? Is that who?
Yeah,
wrote
it's the
this?
same guy.
Yeah, like crazy that like this was amazing.
Yeah.
This is like this was I don't know like it like he matured off of Lost where I feel like they were trying to tell something like strange and different, but here it was all like I guess where they got confused and lost, they're like, this isn't so much about the questions, needing answers.
Yeah.
This is more just about the
journey.
journey. Yeah. And it was like, and so when you watch it, it just surprised at how like they're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Like you can't help. And again, credit to the actors on that show, man, because what's his name?
Peyton Manning?
No. Leftovers cast.
We're thinking about Justin Theroux.
Yeah, Justin Theroux and what's
Carrie
her name?
Coon.
Carrie
And
Coon?
Carrie Coon. Like
She does a phenomenal job.
they do. I thought they did a
I'd never heard
great
of her until
job.
that show.
Yeah, neither did I. Carrying that show. The boy who played the son, Chris. Wow, his name's Zilka. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Christopher Eccleston.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the episode where
The
like
Ninth Doctor?
where they jumped into him, the preacher or whatever. What was that? Season 1?
Yeah,
where you got some insight
with the roulette too.
Yes.
Like that
I remember watching and I was like, oh my, like, again, I feel like so many of those episodes hit you right in the chest.
that too, where it does like the zoom in on the roulette wheel.
Yep.
And it's in slow motion.
Yep.
Super intense. Like I didn't know if it was going to go in or not.
Yep.
I figured it probably would.
Yeah.
But not only that, then the twist on that episode.
Mm-hmm. I remember being genuinely surprised. Like,
And then I'm going to go into spoiler territory, but him saying about his cancer and everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a definite gets you like moment. Like
Yep.
you feel it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You do.
I need to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah,
I was
so do
telling
I.
someone about it. I was telling Brandon about it today.
Okay.
I told
Shout out
a bunch
to
of
Brandon.
people at work. Yeah. And it was like, this is a really good show
It's
that
a great
you guys
show.
need to watch.
Yep.
That's
And-
another one I want to buy.
And what was it? That was one that, like, I think you, or was it you and I that were like, we were watching it early on and we kept telling like Marvin, like, you need to watch it. You need
Yeah.
to watch it.
Yeah.
Right. And it is, it's one of those shows that like, I would totally recommend to people. And it's that they have to go in like ready to actually watch a show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Don't put it on. Don't play, just to play in the background, or if you're going to be distracted on your phone or, anything else, like put it on and watch it and watch yourself get engrossed with these characters.
But
like,
but I feel too that it's almost a hard sell sometimes to
Yeah.
some people, because season 1, as much as I love it,
yeah,
it's slow. It can be slow, and it's not for everybody.
yeah,
And it sucks if people are gonna watch, say, part of season 1,
yeah,
or not even finish. Like if they only watch season 1,
yeah.
it's gonna suck because they're gonna miss out on some great
Great
episodes.
storytelling. Yeah,
And I mean, it's good too. Like season 2, like I know people were a little mixed on season 3
Yeah.
from what I read, but season 3 was, as you were saying, is beautifully done as well.
I thought it was.
And if you really don't like season 3, you could take season 2 as almost a ender to the show.
And for me, like they really do complete the story in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get enough of the I don't know, mystery at the end where you
Yeah.
could go kind of either way, but at the same time, there was enough there for you. Like
Not
I it's gonna be weird to say this, but I fell in love with those characters.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Especially Justin Theroux and Carrie Coon. Like to watch those two, like their journey, their arc from beginning to end, like it was great to see, and it was one of those things that, like, I don't know, I feel kind of sticks with you even after you've watched it.
Well, not only that too, with the way it ends on a hopeful moment too,
Yeah,
because it's implied that they're getting back together,
yeah,
and then you see the doves and everything.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's one of those, like, it left me with a really good feeling.
Yeah.
when
I wasn't mad when
finished
it was done. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I felt complete. I was like, okay, all right.
I'll
all
take
right,
it. Thanks,
okay.
guys.
I think it's
seasons
just a
and
shame
I'm good.
that we got a condensed season 3.
Yeah,
Like they
Well, at
were
least we
able
got
to.
it.
yeah,
Yeah. Thank God.
yep.
Yeah.
But no, you think too that show did a lot in very few episodes.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it did.
3 seasons. I mean, we got what, like 22 episodes or something like that?
28, I think.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I was
don't
just
even-
looking at it on
Wasn't
iTunes.
it 8?
I,
Nice. Thinking about
complete-
buying it, huh?
Well, they have the complete
oh wait, no,
for
no, no.
$50.
How much?
Yeah, it-
50?
Yeah.
No, you're right. It was 28 because I was thinking
That would
first
be the
season
first
was
series I
6,
ever bought.
but no, the first season
Yeah.
was 10.
Yeah.
Okay,
was good.
but even still, it did a lot with a little.
Yep.
Yeah, season 1 and 2 were 10,
They really did.
and then season 3 was 8.
So to switch it up on you guys, right? Favorite action scenes or kind of just like big moments that stand out for you in any of your favorite shows? Like for me, as much as as much of Game of Thrones is out. For me, I think my standout moment wasn't the Red Wedding that everyone talks about.
Yeah.
It was the battle at the wall, the one where Ygritte dies or
Yeah.
whatever. That at some point there was, and I know everybody noticed it, but that single shot where like all of a sudden the camera like comes down as Jon jumps off the elevator,
Yeah,
and the tracking shot like moves across, and you see everyone fighting, and it was
Yeah.
just. I thought that was so well done, and I remember when I first watched that episode that I was all like, "Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on!" and just like getting excited as they fought, their way to the next morning. I thought it was so well done, but and that's one of those where I can use that word where I thought it was beautifully shot. It was a well put together episode, and at the end of it, it was like every time I think about the entire series, for me, like that's what stands out. It was like, yep, that was the action for me. not the one where they killed his brother. You know, the across the field or whatever. Yeah. I know that got a lot of hype too. What was it last season? It was the dragon that came on the cavalry or on the
all over it.
Yeah, came all over
it. Big.
With that fire.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we just had a very mature conversation.
Yeah.
And then we go into juvenile jokes.
How it easily gets derailed.
That's right.
We're in our 30s.
But any moments, any big moments like that stand out for you guys in any of the shows you enjoyed?
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. The very end.
That's one I still haven't. I haven't seen
that one is
any
so good.
of, by the way. But I am familiar with it.
It's Netflix show.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. But at the very end, it's because they have their branching storylines and then they have their overarching story.
Okay.
But at the very end, he's continuing the mission that he's set out to do since day one.
Yeah.
And he's just going on, no holds barred. He's just doing his thing. And he's like, he's getting hurt. He's doing whatever he needs to do, and then he gets his final showdown, essentially, with his rival that he's had all this time.
The whole time.
That's ruined his life.
Nice.
Yeah. And they just get that final moment. It's just like, holy crap, this is tense. And then, like, the payoff at the very end. Mm-hmm. Should I go into spoilers?
You can. Yeah, sure. Do it.
Very end, I mean, he ends up dying.
Oof.
He finishes what he needs to do.
Yeah.
But he looks at the camera, says bang, and then he passes out and dies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it was so well done. I was like, I can't even be mad that it ended like this. Yeah. This is the only way I can imagine it ending.
Yeah. Him giving it all.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because the love of his life was taken from him by this person. Everything that's happened to him was because of this person.
Yeah.
And he finally, he got beat by this person constantly before. And he finally had his moment.
That's funny.
That's exactly how Perfect Strangers ended.
Oh, it's exactly how Perfect Strangers ended. That's why we got the
Larry
spin-off.
was dead on the floor. Balky looked at the camera and said,
bang. And then he dies.
Yeah, but before that, Balky was holding Cousin Larry because he was forced to kill him.
Yeah.
And he's like, cousin.
Exactly. Meatballs.
Yeah, that's the way that happened.
And then his little pet, Dimitri,
it's heavy.
Was watching it all. It's all told from Dimitri's
point of view.
Yeah.
Teabag.
Don't do that.
Anyways, any huge moments for you?
Standout scenes.
Yeah.
You're saying like big action scenes, like this?
No, I mean
something that just
big revelation or anything, man. Something that made you like, what?
Yeah.
All right. Twin Peaks: The Return. When they wind up doing a time travel thing, when Agent Cooper realizes that maybe the entire thing is a dream, they go back in time and actually stop Laura Palmer from dying, which I think is kind of cool.
Really?
It does a Back to the Future
interesting
type of...
I didn't know that was a thing.
Never would have guessed that.
Yeah, because it goes back in time to the night of the murder, which is something that happens in the movie Twin Peaks Firewalk with Me. They actually show the murder and everything.
That's interesting.
He goes back more or less and winds up stopping everything, so it makes it like... So
he just undoes the whole timeline.
So it makes it like the whole show never happened. But not only
too.
that, when everything is good, like the big showdown part, it's shown like with his head superimposed over everything, almost like we're all just viewers to this.
Huh.
Dude, it's such a mind...
Interesting.
Mind...
Is that on Netflix
also?
No.
You're thinking about it? I'm like, I wonder what creative word he's going to come up for Gluck.
Mind freak.
Oh, Chris Angel.
Yeah. Yeah, real magician.
Yeah. Chris Angel's a mind freak.
Yeah, something like that.
He actually performs with Dr. Ken.
Medicine Woman. It's Dr. Quinn. You can never get the name right. Gosh.
Never.
But yeah, that's one of those whoa moments that I wasn't expecting to happen.
Nice. Joey from Blossom.
Whoa.
Exactly. Exactly.
It wasn't Keanu Reeves. Whoa. It was Joey. Gotcha.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Nick Cage.
Whoa.
Close. Yeah.
I like the different woes we're getting right now.
Yeah. Whoa. How last question I've got for you guys, and here's one that I've been kind of racking my head on, and without seeing it all, I don't feel like I'm allowed to say the name, but let's start with the question.
You're not.
Overrated shows.
Don't do it.
Any show that you've seen that, like, you know, whether you've seen part of it or all of it, and you're like, you know, wasn't as great as everyone made it seem. It's overrated.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah?
No, I'm just kidding.
Says the fan, right?
Yeah. Jeez, that's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish you would have proposed this question.
Mine?
Yeah.
Right off the top of my head, Breaking Bad.
Really?
Yep. Just, I don't understand people's infatuation with it.
Yeah.
I tried to make it through the first episode. I haven't. I've seen bits and pieces of, like, it throughout. I just don't understand people's infatuation. And what's crazy is that I've only seen bits and pieces of Better Call Saul, and that looks more entertaining to me than what Breaking Bad does.
But it's more comedic.
Maybe
I mean,
that's
it's more comedic than what Breaking Bad is.
yeah. Or Sons of Anarchy.
But yeah, that's one of those things I feel like.
Live studio audience, that's a fan of yours? Or you're saying it's overrated? Fan? Oh. You can stay over there.
Yeah, but dude, you're right with that. I feel like if I haven't seen the show,
Yeah.
that I have no right to say it's overrated.
Yeah. That's...
Like I'm gonna say that Friends would probably be an overrated show.
Yeah.
But
I gotta agree with them.
But I mean, I haven't seen enough of it. But what I have seen, I'm not a fan.
Yeah. And that's why I feel that's why I feel like I don't really think that I'm allowed to say that, because again, I haven't watched all of it. You know what I mean? Like, I've watched plenty of movies that I can tell you suck because I've watched them. Twilight sucked. I've watched them. Like, you know, that's what gives me like that right. But whenever it comes to some of these series, like but I'm just curious, has there been a series that you guys have actually gone through that at the end of it you're like, I mean, it was all right, but it's not as great as everyone made it seem?
It's still ongoing.
Yeah.
Family Guy.
Family Guy, really?
I feel it's overrated.
Okay.
Because I feel that it lost its soul a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't think that, because it hasn't headed into Simpsons territory yet.
Yeah.
Oh, Simpsons, I just wrote off.
Once you said Family Guy, that's what came to mind. I was all like, Simpsons is overrated.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that's nowhere
I don't
near
even
as good
consider
as
it anything anymore.
Yeah.
But if you were to ask me, like 15 years ago or more.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm about to say 1997 to 2004.
Oh, dude,
Simpsons,
like season 3 through I think like 12 or something
Yeah.
like that, or like prime hilarious Simpsons stuff.
Yeah.
After that, it kind of crawled into its own butt and came out.
Yep.
And,
I also feel One Piece, but you guys wouldn't know what that is.
Which one?
One Piece is an anime about pirates.
No,
Overrated.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
what's
Yeah.
the sequel? Two Piece.
Three
Is
Piece
that a KFC
is
joke?
A movie. I know, right?
It's a KFC joke. It's a
Two Piece and a Biscuit, the
Yeah.
sequel.
It's a bikini joke. It's all kinds of things.
Oh yeah, it is a bikini joke.
Yeah, it's a couple different jokes.
Yeah, but the overrated one's a little harder to do, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I have one after this overrated question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're tapped out on overrated because we haven't really given it.
If you have a recommendation for a show, what would it be? Not any. Don't name any ones you already named. But
Yeah.
like another show. He's like, you need to watch this. I already have mine.
Okay. You might have to start that one off then, because
The one that I recommend to everyone, Black Mirror,
okay, that's a strong submission.
because
It's different every episode.
every episode is different, but yet the way they manage to tie some of them back in the subtle nods,
Yeah.
amazingly well done. Anthology series, which I love, but it has to do with tech, which people get,
Yeah.
especially with the way things are heading right now.
Yeah.
Some of it hits close to home.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much a lot of people that I've recommended to, they watch as like, this show is really, really good.
Yeah.
Because there's subtle difference, and there's something a little bit for everyone.
And that's a show that I think that over time has gotten to be a little bit more digestible for the general public.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like really think about it, because we've watched all of it, right? And when you think back to the first season where, like, I mean, I was sold from episode 1. I know
was
that's
not on
everyone's
episode
least
1.
favorite.
Right.
But season 1, either way, I feel was like, a strong outing.
Yeah.
But I think when you compare that to like season 3, not even season 2, I think you see that there's a little bit more influence there.
Yeah.
And so I think more people can dive into it and watch it.
Yeah, but you're saying about it being more digestible. Yes and no.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is because we got one of the bleakest episodes.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about the one, the baby?
Yeah, where the woman's killing everybody. Yeah. She kills a baby and everything. Like that episode is straight up like bleak.
Yeah.
And it provided some of the most shocking moments,
Which
in my opinion.
episode?
The one where the
jackal or whatever it was?
Yeah, where she saw the murder happen or whatever.
And then like the hamster is where they...
and the hamster's the catch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that one is, dude, it's bleak.
Me, the episode that got me really hooked was 15 Million Merits. But the one that just solidified it was White Christmas.
See, and White Christmas, White Christmas came after, by the way. Like season 1 was done. I watched all of that, and then White Christmas, I think, got released like a couple months after.
2, I thought.
Yeah, but it wasn't on Netflix for a long time. I wound up downloading it.
Yeah, and so
because I wanted more.
I remember watching it. Yeah, and I was like, I mean, it was good, but I don't know if the credits one was a really good one, and that's what's his name before he was in Get Out. Like,
there was a lot of people in that.
Yeah,
in this show before they were big.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Before he was in Get Out and Black Panther.
And yeah, that's right. I forgot he was in there too. Yeah.
Shuri was also in Black Mirror.
Who?
Shuri from Black Panther.
I didn't see it.
The sister. You haven't finished the
this is a hard one
latest season of Black Mirror?
What?
You haven't finished the latest season of Black Mirror?
Yeah, I finished it, but what?
She was in the one in the museum?
Yeah, but I don't know because I haven't seen Black Panther. I haven't seen Black Panther. It's with all the other Marvel.
Oh, that was a good episode too.
That was a really good
episode.
episode.
I remember reading that it was a good episode, and so when I finally, what's crazy is that you don't have to watch Black Mirror in order. Like you don't whatsoever. And I really did just want to jump straight into that one, but I was like, no, I'm gonna watch them in order here. And so when I finally made it to that one, it was all like, oh, that was so worth the wait.
Yeah.
It was such a well put together episode. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So.
One of the weird things to me is we had this new Twilight Zone, and yet they're doing almost like what Black Mirror does with that you get a good idea that it's probably in the same world.
Yeah. The little nods.
Yeah, there's lots of little nods all over.
I gotta watch
all over the place.
Yeah, I don't think I have a show that I can just recommend to anybody and everybody.
Yeah,
no, like it. You know, it depends on who I'm talking to. If I'm talking to people who are into like comics and like movies and stuff in the way that I am, like
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. No, and then that other one that took place on Mars or the moon. What was that garbage show that like?
Oh, you're talking about Inhumans?
Yeah, there you go, the Inhumans. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
that's how much I love it. But no, one that, and you're not going to agree with me whatsoever. But it's a show that like I loved growing up, and I would, again, for anybody who's into like sci-fi or animation, comics, all that stuff. Dragon Ball Z, the Frieza saga.
Okay, yeah, that took me back.
Like
that took me way back.
Yeah,
it was one of those things. It was like it was a game changer for me. Like
it's like wait, this could be cartoons.
Yeah, because even then, right? Like I had caught like glimpses of anime while growing up. Right, I remember the first time I ever saw anything about Ghost in the Shell. Was like I caught a glimpse of the scene where she like jumps like through the glass, shattering. Oh, sorry, shattering everywhere. Backwards.
The intro?
Yeah, and so like, I never actually like was able to watch everything like straight through. I think the bear in Akira was one of those scenes that like I caught out of context. But Dragon Ball Z was the first like, anime-esque show, right? That I watched. It is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's straight up anime.
It's just weird with Funimation behind it. I always feel like Funimation kind of dumbs it down a little bit, but
Not like they used to.
Good.
Yeah.
But because I have watched Dragon Ball, the like with all the blood and the cuts and and then to watch the
punches?
same, exactly the same Funimation, episodes, and you're like, wow, they cleaned so much up. There's the suit's
The Hole
not
for
cracked.
Infinite
There's
Losers.
no blood. Yeah, exactly. But anyways, but it was one of those shows that I thoroughly enjoyed watching a story be told. And it wasn't rushed, good God. And if for anyone who watches Dragon Ball Z, you know.
Nothing is rushed.
Nothing.
5 minutes until this planet explodes. 30 episodes later.
Bro. But I did. I enjoyed that characters actually had backstory to them. Stories were actually being told. You got to know characters, and then actually like, I don't know, see that there were consequences to actions. The first time, you know what I mean? Like, not a Kamehameha, but an energy blast got shot, slapped out of the way, and blew something up in the background. I was all like, oh, it doesn't just fly off into, like, infinite space. Something gets damaged because of that. The first time Goku died, being shocked there. Yeah. So that's one that, like, if anybody's into the same kind of stuff that I am, it's like, you got to watch Dragon Ball Z. Like technically it's the Vegeta saga.
The Saiyan saga and then
exactly.
Frieza saga
and then getting
and
up
all
to
that,
Frieza saga. So, the moment where Piccolo absorbed Nail.
Oh man!
I remember being like, "What? That's so awesome!"
He's on their level now. Finally.
Yeah, exactly.
How short-lived that was.
Yep, you lucky SOB, and you're done. Yeah. So anyway, that's the one for me. What about you, Adam? Anything?
Show I can recommend that we did not talk about already?
Yeah. That might help.
I know. That made it hard, right? Because I was going to go to The Leftovers. Yeah. Like, that was it. Like, that was the show. Everyone's got to watch that.
No, man.
Game of Thrones, not everybody can get into. I think a lot more people can get into it than they'd expect. But Leftovers. But anyways.
Maybe a recommendation that is classified as a horror show, maybe to people that don't like horror. I would say the House on Haunted Hill show was
yeah.
I still haven't made it. That's on my queue.
Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
I would say give that a shot because it could be a good gateway into horror.
Okay.
Because the horror is actually secondary. It's primarily a story about a family.
Okay.
So
nice.
I mean, it's got some good drama. I mean, it's a good show.
And I know there's that one episode that I really want to see where they said that it was filmed and it's almost like a single shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was only like 3 shots or something
exactly.
like that. Yeah.
And so I'm definitely interested in all the wizardry
It's
behind
cool
that.
because it looks like all one long tracking shot because of the fact it'll just like swing
around.
And it'll change to a different scene kind
Nice.
of.
Okay.
But it's all played out.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
I'll have to definitely check it out.
Cool.
So I think that kind of touches on everything that I had here for you guys.
You were discussing though a show that we thought was canceled too soon. Because I've definitely got one, man.
Do you?
I do.
I've got one that I've got one in mind as well.
There's
actually.
a bunch I can think of.
Yeah. But go ahead. What do you got?
Dr. Ken.
No. There's no curse words. No curse words.
Yep.
God be with me.
It's going to be the show Carnival.
Shut the front door.
Carnival on
Carnival.
on HBO.
Oh, on HBO. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
I was a big fan about that show.
I was a big
know anything
fan of
about
it, and I didn't know it till I started watching it. But some of the producers that were on Twin Peaks are on Carnival.
Because it wasn't like a weirdness type show.
It's definitely kind of a weird show. It does have the little dwarf from the little dancing dwarf from Twin Peaks. It's got him in it. It's a great show.
Yeah.
It got canceled sadly because of budgetary reasons and not enough viewers. I mean, it was when HBO was kind of purging shows, so Carnival went, and I know Rome went at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were spending way too much on these shows.
Okay.
And not enough viewers. Yep. And so they canceled it, and the show gives you a good idea of where it's going.
Yeah.
I just would like to see it play out.
I get that.
So
you said you got a bunch?
Yeah, I could think of a bunch of shows that like Spectacular Spider-Man the MTV Spider-Man show.
Okay.
Gargoyles.
Gargoyles guy? Yeah.
I think they got canceled.
That ended on a high note, or kind of in the middle of something?
I just know it just kind of faded off. But I don't know if it had a definitive ending.
Yeah. That's funny.
I honestly could never get into Gargoyles.
Gargoyles was so dope.
It was one of those my brother enjoyed, so I had
it on. I used to eat the Franco-American pasta.
Nice.
Remember that?
I do remember it.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
So
Good stuff.
I've got one, and I don't think you guys ever heard of it. It's John Doe.
Oh, yeah. I do remember that show. He wakes
See?
up and he has all these abilities
Nice.
he doesn't remember.
Yeah. He remembers he's a genius.
Yeah.
Damn near, right? So within the first episode, he's amassed money, cars, and a place to stay, but he has no idea who he is, and all he sees is in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's watching something on the TV, and they're talking about some like lost girl or something like that, and she's in color. And so then
she's black.
Yeah, exactly. There it is. And then he ends up trying to figure out like what's going on with him and why is it that he's like, these specific people or incidents stand out, for him. It was one of those shows that I thoroughly enjoyed. I mean, the writing's not great when you like really go back and watch it again. It wasn't great, but I enjoyed it for what it was. And sure enough, like it got canceled. Not enough viewers. And what's crazy though is that the writers to the show, I think they were being interviewed for something else like years later. And so somebody asked them, they're like, "Yo, like what was going to be the big reveal?" And when they said it, I was like, well, "I'm glad it didn't happen." They kept, I think I remember that backwards, or I said that backwards. So throughout the show, you found out that there was this other like agency that was trying to like find him and track him down. And I guess, I did want to see it. Sorry. So what they ended up saying was that he had almost died. And so because he was like at the brink of death, he was able to see like everything, you know what I mean? Like
See the truth.
What's the question everyone's know? The
meaning of life.
The meaning of life. Yeah. Like all that crap. Like he was able to kind of see it all, but then he was brought back. What sucked about that is that the show's writing towards the end got a little iffy. Like all of a sudden there was like symbols and stuff everywhere, and it's all like, why is this a thing? Like if that was the path that ultimately we were going to end up at. Weird.
Full Metal Alchemist. Check it out.
Yeah, do that instead.
Just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
See the truth.
Yeah. You know what show I did watch through completion, and it was overrated, but I enjoyed it, even though it was crappy. I was for a second I was gonna make a joke and it was gonna be that CBS show Under the Dome or whatever, but not that.
I mean that's like a worst TV shows ever made.
Yeah.
Discussion that show was awful.
With Timothy Hutton. Is it Timothy Hutton? Is that his first name?
I was gonna say Timothy Hutton is also in The Haunting of Hill House.
American Horror Story.
Timothy Hutton did. Oh my God, what was the show where they all like get revenge on people for people?
Oh,
you're talking
yeah.
about
Leverage.
Leverage.
That was on what, USA?
Yep, I have watched every episode of Leverage. That show should not have run for as long as it did.
I remember that show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the librarians.
Yeah. That's still on, isn't it?
No, I think that got canceled.
Oh, finally? That's one that I have no clue how that got made and how it lasted for as many seasons.
The movies were fun with what's-his-face?
Which one?
The movies that was a precursor to the librarians.
Dude,
there was a movie, The Precursor?
Yeah, it was...
there's like 82 of them.
Can't remember. The guy was on
Page
like
Master?
ER.
There's like 3 of them, I think.
Really?
Yeah, Noah...
Wiley
was on it, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Librarian Quest for the Spear, that was one of them.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I forgot that was the thing.
And that's what the spinoff.
That's what that was based off of?
Yeah.
Good God.
The Librarian, The Return to King Solomon's Mine, Librarian Quest for the Spear, Librarian, The Curse of the Judas Chalice.
You're
and the
gonna
TV
have all
shows, The Librarians.
I didn't know that's what that had
And
to do
Noah
with.
Wiley was...
That's terrible.
I saw a little bit of one of the Librarian films.
Yeah.
It looked like it was made for like $2.
Ugh.
No, more like 3.
$6.75.
Like the CGI was nearly Langoliers bad, if I'm remembering correctly.
Langoliers, yeah. All right.
Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Do you guys have anything else you wanted to add in there?
No.
All right.
Nope.
Thank you so much for listening, guys. Remember, you can always find us at inouronestopinion.com for all of our social media links and all that fun stuff. You can listen to all of our episodes. Just like Marvin said earlier, if you get a chance, give us that 5-star review. That helps us get more people's ears.
Give us that digital hug.
We love those digital hugs.
And tell 2 friends.
I'm Will. You can always find me on Twitter at KryptonsWill.
I'm Marvin. You can find me at The Artful Gent.
Hey.
And I am Adam. You can find me at Adam_analyzes.
Yeah.
What?
That's right.
Yeah,
You changed it?
I did change it.
Oh, I'm upset.
I'm sorry.
Adam Analyzes. It's
Branding,
a thing.
man.
And that's exactly right. And Adam Analyzes you can find
We got
on
to change it to Adam FBGM.
Yeah, I was going to say.
on Iowa Sidetracked.
I just got a look of disapproval.
Yeah. As you should.
Other than that, guys, thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.
Peace.
See ya.
Bye.
Go watch Blade, the TV show. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm going to watch it.
No, don't do it.